Hello, and welcome to our channel, Retirement Explorers. Join us as we explore different properties listed on our favorite real estate sites. Let's explore together. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on another Retirement Explorers property search. Today we are exploring the Algarve region of Portugal in the small town of São Brás de Alportel in the district of Faro. With a population of under 12,000, this town borders the rolling hills of Serra da Caldeirão. From the hills, you can glimpse views of the Algarve coast, and in a short 30-minute drive, you can be at the ocean. The town is known for its cork production and home to one of the most important cork factories in Portugal. Wandering this tranquil and unhurried town, you will find white painted houses alongside buildings with facades decorated with tile, carved stone, and ornate cast iron details. So you might be wondering how I choose these properties, and you never know what you're going to find. So many surprises. And especially in the smaller towns, there's so much unique qualities that each of these small towns have. And it really is a fun adventure. So thanks for joining me today, and let's get started. This is an interesting house. I kept putting it in my favorites. I was like, this looks very familiar. And then I realized that the house actually had been listed 3 different times, probably by 3 different realtors, possibly, because it hasn't been selling. And that's a whole other issue. Is there's something about it, probably a little overpriced. I bet you can negotiate with them on the price. So this property listed in Idealista, this is a detached house for sale. It's on the street Rua Dr. José Dias Sancho. The property is listed for €450,000. So let's find out what the current rate is for that property. So we'll go to our currency converter. So €450,000 comes up to 473,000 US dollars. So the euro is a little stronger right now than the US dollar, but that's been fluctuating. All right, so let's go back. This is 112 meters squared. So let's see how much that is in feet. Because in the US, we do our measurements by feet. So that's 1,205 square feet. So a relatively small property, but this one has some annexes or separate buildings. So we'll get into that in a minute. So you can read through all of this, but basically it says traditional Algarve style villa with views of the mountains and a sublime garden. This villa is located a few minutes from the service areas and amenities. The location is simply sublime. The garden and terrace overlook the hills. So I'm a big gardener, and of course I'm looking for views. So this one really kind of brought me in. The project to expand, redistribute the spaces, and add a swimming pool has been approved already by the chamber and is waiting to be executed. So any type of remodeling always takes a lot of effort. So this one's already been approved, so that's really nice. So I'm going to just scroll down, and we're going to look at the basic features. Detached house, 112 meters squared built. It's a T3, that means 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The land plot is 1,200 meters squared, so that is pretty large. Secondhand, good condition. That means you can pretty much move in, just a minor remodeling. Fitted wardrobes, and built in 1970. So not an ancient property, but older. Air conditioning, a garden, and it has a D rating for efficiency. And you can look at all those ratings to see what that means. But for this purpose, a D is it's not an F. so D is, it's manageable. You probably have to maybe redo some insulation, maybe redo some windows, make things a little bit more energy efficient. So that's the possibility. So let's just look through some of the pictures. I'm going to click on very large terrace overlooking these beautiful mountains. Here's the interior. It looks like it's in really nice shape. It has the wall units for the air conditionings, fireplace. Okay, here's the kitchen, and it steps out into a kind of a sunroom, attached sunroom. You can see it's one of the bedrooms. Oh, this is a really pretty bathroom. Looks like it's been completely remodeled. Nice big shower, very pretty, modern. So that has been updated. One less thing you have to worry about. Double sink. And in the description, you will find a link to the listing so you can go through all of these pictures at your leisure. There is also a 360 video of some of the rooms and the areas. So I will give you a link to that as well in the description. Pretty gate. Look at the ironwork on the gate. Very nice. And this right here is a solar hot water heater. So renewable energy on this one. Oh, but look at this view. Now this is the covered garage. So this is further out in the garden, but look at all the beautiful plants. These all look like perennials. Okay, this is one of the storage areas that they're calling it a parking space, but they also have that covered parking. So this is kind of like a garage, I guess, as well for storage. And it looks like it's in pretty good shape. It just needs to be resurfaced and painted. Okay, and I don't know what this looks like inside, but this is a pretty good size room here. Maybe it could be in a little office. This is the cobblestone driveway that heads out towards the other entrance. View from the garden up to the house with all the flowers blooming. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And the banana trees. Pretty fountain feature. All that's running. Very, very beautiful. But this is the plan. So here's the road. Here's the house. Here's the fountain. And it goes all the way down. There's the covered parking garage, and then here's another entrance. So you actually have two entrances on two streets, and that's going to help us hopefully find this house. Look at that. Look at that sunset view from the terrace. I think I'd be out there every single night drinking my tea. See, I have my tea. Love my tea. Okay. All right, I'm going to get lost in these pictures again. So here is the other entrance of the property. So you've got the one entrance that's by the other street, and then there's this one here. So this overlooks the hills, and it looks like it's a southern exposure because the sun is setting. Okay, here we go. So here's the outside of the house. Okay, now we're getting even further away. So it looks like it's a curved road here, and then there's another road right there. All right, so here it is. It goes all the way across. So we will go now to see if we can find this on Google Maps. So the first thing that I like to do is get as much details as I can to locate the property. And sometimes if you click on View Map, it will give you where it is. But in this case, it's not showing an actual link to the property. It's also say up here that they're not going to give us the actual address, but we are going to try to find it. Okay, so let's copy the city, and we're going to go over to Google Maps and put it into our search. Hit search, and there it is. Now there's another bit of information on the listing. It's for sale on Rua de Tor Jose Diaz Sancho. So let's highlight that. Go back here and put that right in front of the name. I'm going to make a little space, hit return. And here is the street. These streets don't look like the streets where that house is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the other listing. So let's do that and see, because the other listing had a little bit more information. So I'm going to go back to that. Okay, so I've gone back to the other listing, and this one lists, instead of the street, it lists this Soalhera. And I think this might be like a neighborhood that the house might be located in. So let's highlight this and go back to here, and let's do that. Okay, so it brought us way over here. There it is, Solera. And what we're looking for is a street that kind of curves around a little bit and goes. Okay. Not really seeing anything straight away. Here's a curved road here, but I don't see any. Okay, here's kind of a curved road over here. And here too. All right, is that what we were just looking at? All right, so let's go a little closer in and see if we can see anything that kind of looks like this house. Yeah. All right, I think I see it. You see that? That looks like the fountain. Let's put him here. Okay. All right, we're on the ground. All right, this is the town, but I don't know which direction I'm going. Okay, there are the hills. Oops. There are the hills. So if those are the hills, then this is west. So, you know what? This might be it right here. All right, let's drive a little bit forward and see. Yep, this looks like it. Here's the fencing, the gate. All right, I think we found it. Okay, over here is that sunroom we were talking about, and the little chimneys for all the fireplaces. All right, I think we found it. Let's get a little closer and see if we see. There's the gate. All right, a little bit further, and we're going to turn around, and let's see if we can see inside. Okay, it's this, the name of it. It's 524A. Okay, yep, you can see the little parking area. That's that extra annex, and there's the balcony. So this is it. And if you were driving by, like, you would not think that there was really anything in here. I mean, look at this. This looks just like a wall. I mean, you can see that there's roofs and stuff, but there's no actual facade on this house, which is really interesting. Maybe this is why it's not selling, because it, like this house, you see, it's like, oh, here's the house and here's the front, and you kind of get a really good feel of how beautiful it is inside. But this one is tucked away like a little gem, and you don't even know what is going on over there. Okay, so we found the house, which is great. And now you can kind of see what the neighborhood looks like. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to drive around a little bit and see if we can find the other entrance, because we know that the other entrance is on another road. Okay, that's on a road. That's someone's driveway. And you can kind of see what it'd be like to drive around if you bought this property, if you had retired here, or decided to move here, or a vacation home. What a beautiful little town. Look at all the details. Stone walls, the views. I mean, that is something. All right, let's keep going here. All right, we're driving along. Hello, little car. Okay, here's the street. All right, let's get on the street. And I'm just going to turn back this way because the house is back to the right. Let's see if we can find... Oh, there's a whole bunch of gardens here. I wonder. I don't know about that. All right, let's keep going. No, it doesn't look like it. Let's go a little further. These are always homes. I think these are all homes. There might be some businesses around too. This is a pretty nice street. It's probably a thoroughfare that go. Oh, look what we have here. I think we found the other entrance. I think this is it. Yep, same gate. And it looks like there's the house way in the distance here. Oh, very nice. So you actually would have two entrances, one on the smaller road and then one on the main road. So you can just go right out wherever you need to go. Really great access. And it seems like there's a lot of parking over here too. So if you had some visitors, of course they'd have to walk quite a way, but it is really nice. And then inside, that whole area going up to the house is just full of gardens. It's really beautiful. Okay, let's drive around a little bit and see what it's like up in the hills. Let's go back to the house, and we're going to, in fact, let's go right here and see what it'd be like to just drive up to the house. Okay, here's that street that the house is on that we found over here. So let's go back. Now this is something cool. I don't know if you know what this is, but this is the recycling bins, and you put, depending on what you have, plastic, glass, aluminum, and you can paper products, so you can put your recycle in those bins, and that's where they pick up from. Okay, so let's drive up the street a little bit. Oh, look how beautiful that house is. That would be basically your neighbor, which sounds good to me. All right, let's see if we can drive right by the house that you would probably just drive right by without even noticing, because it's so nondescript. Fine, okay, here it is. Hi, house. All right, let's keep going a little bit and see what it's like in these hills. So pretty. Can we go up this way? No. All right. Oh, look at this pretty tree. All right, let's go up this way. Yay, let's go. I don't know where it's going to go, but we're going to go a little higher. Trying to get up a little higher. We'll see if we can get up a little higher. Probably a lot of hiking around here. Probably a lot of hiking in this area with the hills. We'll touch on that in a little bit. Oh, this is pretty. Look at this pretty house. Look at those views. Oh, nice restaurant up here. Okay. Yeah, you can keep pretty busy around here. There's a lot to do. Lots of restaurants. This looks like a Airbnb, possibly. All right, let's go. Can we go down that little street? Doesn't even look like a street. This way. I'm just driving. I'm having too much fun. I could do this all day, I think. Okay, we're kind of at private property here. All right. Well, look at that. Doesn't make you want to at least visit this area. This is so beautiful. Okay, we're back at the house. Here's the house right here. And I'm going to click on 3D. So let's just kind of look around and see what is around here. The hills, so pretty. Probably lots of hiking around. And then out in the distance, you can see the ocean over in the distance. And let's look at Faro. This is Faro, and here's the ocean. It takes you right to the Algarve. You got Lagos here, Portimao, Albufeira, and Faro, Olha, and Tavira, and Castramarim, and all the different towns all around. So you're really close. So let's see what the directions are to this beach here. All right. So from the town, you head down south, and it would take you 32 minutes, and you would be at the beach. So let's look at the beach and kind of have a little dream session here. So you're really close to a beach town. You can go to the beach during the day. Let's see. I know it's here. Aha. We found it. There it is. We found the beach. And some camper vans. Let's go this way. Look at that. Look at the sand. So within 30 minutes, you're at the beach. To live directly on the beach or around this area, it is more expensive. You're not going to have as much land. And being up in the hills, it's a little cooler, less humid. So definitely there's some benefits to that. All right, what we're going to do now is look and see what amenities we have nearby now that we've actually located the house. So here is the Sal de Serra, which looks like a really nice little restaurant, and that looks within walking distance, just down the street just a little bit. So you could actually walk there. You wouldn't even have to drive. And it looks like some really nice different things to eat. Looks really good. Has a nice little outdoor patio. So very nice. Like that place. All right. Well, it looks like there's lots of restaurants all around. You have lots in this town in São Brás de Alportel. So it looks like we have a lot of choices. Definitely well-equipped area for the restaurants and cafes. There's some cafes. Let's click on that place. Tea House Amore Perfetto. And I'm sure that's a lovely little cafe that you can have. So, look at gelato and coffee and cappuccino, croissant. That looks really nice. I like that. Some Indian food. Let's click on that one. Punjab, Indian food. De Campos. Let's see what this one is. Ooh, that's very nice. Fine dining. 4.6 stars. Avenida. Another restaurant around there. Lots of restaurants, lots of cafes. Looks like everything is all really close. Let's see how close this place is. Let's get directions. Starting point would be the spot, and let's see how long that would take. Okay. It would be 4 minutes driving. So really, I mean, you're right in town. You're just on the outskirts of town. That's really close. Very convenient. Oh, you even have this little cafe. Cafe de Pastostrella. And this little cafe is just down the street. So that is really, really easy. 1 minute I would walk. Let's see. It doesn't show how fast it would be to walk. Okay, here it is. Okay, so let's see how close it is for walking. Very nice. So 6 minutes. That would be a nice walk. Okay, so the next thing we want to look for are grocery stores. So let's look at grocery store. Search this area. Okay, we've got quite a few in this area. Pingo, that's one of the larger ones. So, and a Lidl. Okay, so we have a lot of the large Continent. Bon Dia, that's another large grocery store. Intermarché. So you've got choices, and of course all the little tiny little markets. Very convenient, very close. Let's see how close this one is. Let's do our directions to our starting point. I have that saved there. And let's see. Oh, walking, 20 minutes. Let's get up and walking. All right, let's go back to car. All right, with the car, it's 3 minutes, and walking, it is 20 minutes. So really, that's not even that bad, and that's not even the closest one. So let's go to this one here, and we'll add the stop. Let's take that one out. Okay, that one is 19 minutes walking, or 3 minutes driving. And then if you had a bicycle, that's really close too. So you could bike there. And it looks also, I'm just kind of looking at this quickly, and we'll get to it with a little bit more detail, but it looks like there's a bus that goes on this street. So we will look at that here also. Let's click on transit. And it looks like we've got bus stops all relatively close. There's one over here, and let's see if, oh, and went right across the street here. Look at that. There's actually a bus stop almost right across the street. So that would be the one that you would get onto. You get on the bus 90, and you can, I'll have a link for that too. So you can figure out what the route is for that, but it looks like it goes directly to, so you may not need a car in this town. So we'll get into that. We'll go into that in just a little bit. Let's first look at the groceries. Okay, so this is the Pingo. Let's look at this one. Okay, so it's a hypermarket. Looks like it has a lot of different products, probably everything that you would need for your regular shopping. Always translate things to English just to help me out, because I do not know Portuguese yet. I can say a few words, and that's about it. But it certainly helped out on the trip. Okay, so they've got tons of stuff. I'm not even going to go through it, but you can see it's a normal grocery store. Normal, like Kroger's or Tom Thumb or something like that. And then around the town, I'm sure there's plenty of others, but the Lidl, this one is just your normal everyday grocery store, discount supermarket. Kroger's or Tom Thumb type store, and probably some little specialty places, little mini market and things like that. But for you've got access on the bus. You can even walk there 20 minutes and then back to several grocery stores all around town. What I want to look for now is public transportation. So we're going to click on transit, and let's see what we have nearby. So I'm going to search this area. There is right on the street, there's public transportation. Here's the house right here. Public transportation takes you all the way into the town, the grocery stores, and things like that. So let's see. Here's another bus stop. Here's another bus stop. So it looks like there's a lot of buses in the area, so you can pretty much get around the town fairly easily without a car. I'm really excited about that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to see which roads have the street view, and we're going to just dive in and drive around a little bit. So I'm curious about this area right here, because it's kind of a square. So we'll just pop in right there. All right, so let's just drive around the town a little bit and see what this town is like. I don't know which street to go on. Looks like all of them are very inviting. Okay, let's go this way. Here's some restaurants. All right, let's go down this street. See all this tile. This is all tile. Pretty. Very pretty. The cobblestone. Seems like there's plenty of places around. Nice restaurants. Another restaurant, possibly. Oh, look at all the detail. There's another restaurant. And it would take you a while to try out all the restaurants and all the cafes and do your shopping there. I mean, you really have everything you could possibly need. Love this. Love this little town. Oh, look, the little church. This way to the garden. Ooh, let's go to the garden. So you get a really good idea of what this town would be like. I would enjoy this a lot. Oh my goodness, I would explore this town, walk around in the afternoons. Oh, it's so nice. Have a little coffee, a little lunch. Oh, it's just beautiful. I really like this town. It's got everything you need. Pretty impressed being so close. Okay, so now we're going to look for pharmacies. So let's see what pharmacies are near. Pharmacy is near here. All right, so it looks like they have a couple. Nothing like within walking distance. Look at that. It's got some decent reviews. Another pharmacy here. And another pharmacy here. And there is a hospital up here, a little north of also some type of rehabilitation hospital. So I don't really know all of the details, but it looks like there's another one in Lule, this town. So here we are. Here's the main town. So we've got the one hospital here. You've got another hospital down here. And you've got two hospitals in Lule. And so really all within a distance. So let's see how far away that hospital is from the house. 16 minutes. Another hospital. Okay. So all really close. Let's get directions to that hospital from the house. 7 minutes. 7-minute drive. Look for hiking around here. So let's do that and see what we can do for fun. I'm sure there's plenty. Okay, so these Serra de Alportel hiking area, Serra da Rocha. It's another hiking area. Another hiking area. This one looks like some kind of water, maybe a waterfall. That's way over here. Let's see. Let's click on that. Only 4 photos. There's so much to do. It seems like the facilities are here, but there's not a ton of people using them. So as long as they're well taken care of, you could enjoy yourself doing the hiking up in the hills, and it's probably not as strenuous as it could be, especially when you go further north into the higher, the mountains. These are more like hills, I guess. So a little different. Let's see what we have here. It's another hiking area. Only one picture, but you can take more pictures and post them. Let's see, Serra de Rocha. Let's try this. Ooh, that's pretty. Also, just 4 pictures. Oh my goodness. I would hike out there every weekend easily. Okay, so we have some river beaches way further out. And this is the river, the Guadiana, which is the river that separates Portugal from Spain. So Spain is actually right here. So you could take the A22 and head across the bridge over here right into Spain. It looks like there's some river beaches up here. So if you wanted something a little different than the ocean, you could explore this area. I bet it's really beautiful. So we got some river beaches. You got lots of hiking. Of course, you've got the ocean, all the hiking along here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this area, but really do some research on the Algarve. It's really something to have a home so close to there and it not be as humid as it would be right on the beach, centrally located. And Faro also has a huge airport. So that one is really close. So let's see how close it is from the town. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. So 19 minutes and you're actually at Faro Airport. You can take flights to Lisbon, and that'll take you anywhere in the world. São Brás de Alportel. I can kind of say it, but spell it, that's a whole other thing. Oh, good. They have climate for that town. So let's see what we have. All right. So I use Fahrenheit. But of course, you can come back here. I'll have a link to this page where you can look at it in Celsius, but I'm going to click on Fahrenheit because that's what we use in the United States. So I'm going to click on that. The Algarve is known for warmer, sunnier climate. Humidity is very high, though. So let's look and see what we have. It looks like the minimums, even in the winter, don't go below freezing. And it looks like in the winter for highs, mid to upper 50s. And then it starts to climb into the spring, and then it reaches kind of the mid 80s. So not extraordinarily hot, probably because of the breeze, maybe from the ocean. And then it slowly drops back down, highs in the mid 50s again. And then in December, still once again, it doesn't look like it's really freezing. So let's look at monthly hours of sunshine. I'm a big fan of the sunshine, so I like to have about 200 hours as an average. So let's see what this one has. It says average monthly hours of sunshine. It's reaching that 200 hours even in the winter. So even though it might be colder in the winter, you'll still have the sun to warm you up. Daily percentages, all 60% and higher. Oh, it's perfect. Then we get down to the water temperature. So the ocean is very cold in southern Portugal to swim. But, if you like to swim, you're going to go in whether it's cold or not. But definitely the best time to go would be during the spring and the summer. Look at monthly precipitation. It looks like it does have some rainy seasons, which would be the fall and the winter, which is normal. A lot less rain during the spring and summer and early fall. Monthly rainy days, even in the winters, a little over 8 days. So much less wet than if you were further north in the mountains. Average humidity, it seems like it stays pretty close between 60 and 80%. So because you're a little further away from the ocean, that is very helpful. Being right at the ocean, if you're going to live like in Faro, Albufeira, all those places, they have a lot of humidity. And it does make it difficult. When we were there, even drying the clothes, we didn't have dryers around there. It took forever, days for the clothes to dry. So humidity is a big factor. And if you've ever been to Florida and places like that, it does really affect your home. You can have mold issues and also some rust issues and things like that. So it's nicer to be a little bit further away, a little bit further, close enough. 30 minutes, that's perfect. So the next subject would be the Portugal Interactive Plant Hardiness Guide says, and I'll have a link for this in the description as well. So we are southern Portugal. Here's Faro. There's Lule. So let's go in, because remember Lule was that town that was right next to there. Okay, here we go. Here's São Brás de Alportel. And this one goes, let's see, I don't think I'm going to get right to the town, but okay, well, it's right over here. So let's click on it. Okay, so it actually can get below freezing, probably because you're up in the hills. So whenever you're planting their plants for the garden, of course, that garden is so well established already. But if you wanted to plant more plants, then you would want to find plants that are hardy up to zone 10A. Okay, time for the checklist. Stays within budget, minimum of 1,000 square feet, outdoor space and land, views, move-in ready, desired location, climate's not too cold, amenities, grocery stores, pharmacies nearby, infrastructure, and near an airport within 2 hours. Yes, this property is Retirement Explorers approved. See you next time. Bye.